to get the win here. We just have just so much respect for for Butler program and playing in this building. And obviously the history, the tradition, what Dad's been able to put together in such a short amount of time. I mean, I think that's an NCAA caliber team right there. One of the toughest teams to guard that we've played this year. And so we knew it was going to be tough, but I thought we, just second half showed a lot of that championship, the residuals from the championship, just in the DNA of the group, and just found a way to get it done. I thought Carabin was obviously fantastic, and Cam sealed it with a huge shot.
Yeah, was that an example of Steph's all-around game, what he can provide? Even defensively, he had Brooks for a good part of the second half, I believe. Just what he did out there all around.
Yeah, that's really, he missed a lot of time, and in these Big East games, they're not easy on freshmen. Usually, they're if they're out there, I don't think there's a freshman in the conference that could give 36 minutes of that physicality defensively on the backboard. We played him all over the court offensively with the foul trouble. But he's a humble kid. He lets us coach him. He's got great parents that, for a top 10 player in the country and a guy that's going to be potentially a lottery pick at some point here, he got tremendous humility and does whatever is required.
Yeah, 9 turnovers in the first half. And what went wrong there? And how'd you turn around and score 53 in the second?
Yeah, I mean, they switched 1 through 4 on and off ball. So there were windows there where you could get guys slipping, flares, slipping pins, slipping out of staggers, different actions. The pass placement was bad. They made some great plays defensively, but I felt like we were soft in the first half. They took it to us. We came here to play, I guess, to play basketball, but not fight the way you need to in a Big East game, and then we fought the last 20.
You said yesterday that the veterans are going to have to, in an environment like this, really lead the way, and obviously Alex and Cam, but even Haas off the bench, it's some big baskets too.
Yeah, Haas, huge three. Huge three. I thought Tristan was tough and he led. He didn't have a great shooting night, but he led. He got to the foul line 13 times. He carried himself like a champion on the court and kept his team in it. And and then Sam was really good when he was in there. And obviously dealing with the foul trouble with Alex and Sam. Obviously thrilled to get out of here with a win.
You touched on this, but your impressions just generally of what Pat is trying to build.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what he's done, from year 1 to year 2, what these guys, just watching them on film, does justice when you see him in person. They got 2 really good centers, with Thomas, or with Davis and Brooks, and Moore and Telfort. I mean, they got scoring. They got 4 guys that could get 15, 18, 20 plus. I like Moore and off the bench and Bizjack. I mean, again, like, you got to win enough games over the course of a season to make the NCAA tournament. What is this, quad 1, net, all that stuff. But they're an NCAA caliber team. They're a top 30, top 40 team in the country, easy.
Coach, you talked Butler switching 1 through 4. You've seen that from other opponents this year. Down the stretch, Butler went without a 5, which they haven't done at all this season. How did your team adjust to something that they really couldn't necessarily prepare for?
Well, I mean, we didn't mind playing Alex at the 5 in this one, because it would have put Screen in some bad positions defensively, potentially Thomas too, in the ball screen game. But they did something really smart that no one else has done when Carabin's been at the 5, and they played the 5 on Steph Castle, and then they played the 5 on Jalen Stewart. and switched everything, so we couldn't get any of the pick and pop stuff. But then the adjustment was just we moved Steph Castle to kind of the key area, and tried to look for some different things versus the switch, the slips on flares and pins, and Steph Steph was willing to play center for us. So.
What does it say about your team that you're able to hold them off? They cut it to one late, in this environment, to all the fouls and everything. What does it say about this team?
Residuals for the staff. I was losing my mind out there. It's an intense game. I mean, it's a big time game. It was a great game to watch. I'd imagine people really enjoyed this Big East game tonight. So there's a lot of intensity out there, and I just think the residual from just having the year we had last year, I think just showed for us, that championship, DNA that we have, that that those guys are trying to build right now. That doesn't happen overnight, even at a place like Butler with the unbelievable program that they've had here. So, the schedule hasn't been very kind to them. To go Providence, a game they should have won, then go to St. John's, and then get us coming in here. That's a team that's going to win a lot of games.
Coach, obviously a different uniform the past few years, but you've played Posh Alexander more than anyone else in a Butler uniform. What were you able to do tonight to kind of slow down his effectiveness?
Yeah, I just think that we were really aware of him. I thought we really whipped the ball screens really well, and got under them and then got to him. One of the biggest points of emphasis was really two things: don't let him steal the ball, and keep him off the offensive glass, because those are the two things that make him such a unique player. You can see what he's done for the program here, just the competitive attitude with where they were last year, and just how much harder they play this year with this group here. You don't look forward to seeing these guys again with more time to gel. Good. Thank you.
You're a photographer.
We'll have Coach start with a quick opening statement, and we'll take questions for Ja, let him go, and then we'll do questions for Coach. Matt?
Yeah, you got to give UConn credit. I mean, they made some of the timeliest plays I've seen, in which they do. I think they're number one in the country, scoring 6 seconds under the shot clock, and they did a great job of that tonight. We're close. We're not there yet, and getting our guys to understand that nothing stays the same. First half, it's going to be a completely different second half, and we came out and got stunned in the second half. We did turnovers, miscommunications defensively, and as we're making adjustments, they're making adjustments, and we just couldn't get it back over the hump there. So we got to keep grinding. We got to keep grinding, and like I said, we got to realize that the game of basketball is never going to stay the same, and you got to fight for 40, and you got to think for 40, and you got to compete for 40, and we'll get there.
Questions for Ja?
Down with a slow start to begin the game, you kind of started to get that rhythm. You got the first bucket in the second half, and you kind of built off of that. How important was it to see that first one go down and continue that aggression in the second half?
I just think that DJ and Pierre had it going, so I was really trying to get them involved a little bit. And in the second half, we kind of came out flat, so I was just trying to be aggressive, to be honest with you.
As one of the key leaders of the team, speaking on giving up 53 points in the second half, what did you dislike, especially on the defensive end from your group?
Our energy, the way we came out in the second half. These guys are national champs, so you just can't relax on them. And defensively, we got to get defensive rebounds. We got to get defensive rebounds. So.
You're now in the midst of, at Providence, at St. John's, and then you get UConn at home. Just on the grueling nature of the Big East in your first year here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good league. It's as good as a league as we have in the country, and we got Marquette at Marquette, another top 10 team. So you just got to stay the course, stay together, and keep working.
Anything else for Joe?
Job.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Okay.
Did you see this as kind of a litmus test game, just to kind of see where you are right now? And if so, what was the conclusion?
Yeah, I'd say this. I like this team, and as I said, we're not there yet. We're close, and just that consistency of as I told the guy at 8-minute timeout, I said, look, I need you to be who you are. I need you guys to be who you are here to finish this last 8 minutes out, and we did a lot of good things tonight, but it just, when you play a team as good as UConn is, when you make mistakes, they make you pay, and that's what good teams do, and they got the momentum going on us, and we couldn't, the start of the second half offensively, I mean, felt like we had great flow in the first half, and we couldn't get it going there, but it all comes down, as Josh said, we got to get stops, and those timely rebounds down the stretch there were killers.
Though both were contested, it kind of felt like a summary this season with the Cam Spencer rebound and timeout followed by a three. Those 2 points in particular, defensive rebounding and three-point shooting. How do you work on developing that area going forward? We just got to keep drilling it. To be honest with you, we've got to keep. Spencer opened up with, I think 5 of the first 7 points, and we went under on a screen, made a mistake. Just like I said, we don't pick Caravan up in transition one time. He nails a 3, and those were things that was the game plan we had to do. They hit you early or they hit you late. And I thought for the most part we did a really good job guarding their actions, but it's completing the play, man. And we didn't get that done tonight. And kind of throughout the last few weeks, it seems like one guy's been able to get it going from defense. You guys, whether it's Cam McMillan, Jalen Cone, Ray Dunlap the other night. Tonight you let Caravan go 4 for 6. How do you kind of do a better job of keying in on those particular shooters as the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, we got to figure it out. I mean, we've got to do a better job of that, and that, because that was the big game. I mean, the game plan. We knew the 3 guys, and we knew we had to do on them. And when we made mistakes, they made us pay.
What areas do you think you need to grow in order to become the team that you think you have?
Yeah. Well, I think that we've got to take more pride in our defense. Just, not letting guys go off and have career nights on us, and not they. I mean, they didn't. I mean, Caravan 20s averaging 15 or whatever, but we got to get to where Dunlap the other night hits a couple shots and there's no more. We're going to stop him now, and I think offensively we got to continue to grow. We got to continue to play with pace, and we didn't get a whole lot in transition tonight, but no, you got to keep coaching, got to keep teaching.
On your own shooting front, the last few weeks you've gotten over 50% three-point shooting from DJ Davis. What have you especially liked out of him, and where do you kind of continue to see growth as the rest of the year?
DJ is DJ. I just he's an incredible shot maker, and even the ones he missed tonight, I thought were good looks. Maybe get him finishing a little bit more around the basket. I mean, he got amongst there and missed that one layup, but that's part of the game. But no, we got to keep finding ways to get him open, finding ways to play off of him, and we can do that.
For the first first time this season you played minutes without a true five, neither Screen, Khaki, or Thomas on the floor down the stretch. Was that more of a byproduct of the flow of the game, or is that something you guys have been working on recently?
No, it was because they went small.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going about 10 minutes a game with that lineup, so we were prepared for it, and we didn't have a whole lot of time to prep for this game, but I thought, especially in the first half, our guys did a really good job of executing what we wanted to do.
So without much prep with that lineup, what did you see out of that group tonight? And is that something you might see more as the year goes on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Marquette with the 113. He's not a true center, and maybe we use it. I don't know, but no, we'll keep playing with it. And our bigs, I thought Andre was pretty good, and I thought Jalen was decent tonight. But Bowden was spectacular in the time he came in and gave us a huge lift there to end the half. So, just got to keep looking at it. I mean, every game is different in this league, and there's always going to be adjustments that we have to make. And we just got to be able to do it for 40 minutes and stay with the game plan for 40 minutes, which we did tonight.
Were there adjustments that UConn made or adjustments that you guys failed to make with the turnovers in the second half? And again, they got 4 after having six or so in the first half.
I think a lot of that was, and Ja touched on it, as a coach, you see things, and we didn't have our energy to start the second half. We weren't as deep as we needed to be in a stance. We weren't as active as we needed to be, and you can't play defense like that in college basketball, as I told them after the game.
With the way that the second half started, is there anything you can put your finger on as to the cause of that? It seemed like you guys finished the first half.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to take a look at it. But I just know we had some mental errors at the beginning that came back and bit us in our butt.
Do 1 or 2 more?
Coach, Posh Alexander had a tough night tonight. You went to Landon more early and kept with him late. What did you see? No, you didn't really stuff the stat sheet. What did you see out of Landon's play tonight?
I thought Landon was good. Like I told him, I mean, Castle hit that 3 on him with 1 on the shot clock. I mean, he was all over him, and we'd shown him making those shots. But I thought Landon played well. I mean, he got us in what we wanted to run and did a good job. And we got to keep Bill. I mean, because that's the one thing we want to make sure we utilize our depth as much as we can, because it's what is this, game 4? We got a long way to go.
Obviously, in a losing effort this time as well. But compared to playing at Providence a few weeks ago before Christmas, seeing your team go 23 of 25 at the line tonight in a close game, how much is that growth from that game?
Free throw shooting is, it's important, and that was something we knew tonight. We were going to get to the line, and I thought our guys did a good job of converting them.
Yep, you good?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ben.